So what we wanted to do is obviously stay consistent with the Arkham universe. The first thing we identified was that everything was pretty dark and gritty. It's a serious and somber world. One of the things that we were working on though was the presentation of the lighting. It was something that we wanted to push and explore some more. So we sort of identified a low-key lighting treatment, like a film noir presentation. So our levels are really high contrast. There's a lot of darks and lights. There's not a lot of mid-grounds. We have really dramatic, sort of exaggerated shadows. Also, we use silhouettes and profiles quite a lot as well. Year one, like I was in high school when that thing came out, and I read it to death. I loved that book, and it's all part of the history of the brand that sort of influences your decisions. This is a rewind. It's a younger, brasher, fresher Batman. He's not as refined, he's not as polished, and we wanted the suit to reflect that, so it's a little more kit-bashed. We use, actually, for a lot of the stuff in the game, we use the terms assembled versus manufactured. Obviously, in our story, we've got Batman fighting for his life. Meanwhile, it's Christmas Eve. There's a Batman writer by the name of Dennis O'Neil that said, Gotham City is lower Manhattan, 11 minutes after midnight on the coldest night of November. And I think that really sums up the location pretty well. So we kind of pushed that a little bit further. So instead of being the coldest night of November, now it's the coldest night of the year. We've broken down our city hub into neighborhoods. And so we say, this is a residential neighborhood, or this is a commercial neighborhood, or this is an industrial neighborhood. And so what kind of Christmas is present there? So everywhere's got its own sort of take on it. Obviously, there's not a lot of Christmas in an industrial place. A commercial neighborhood has a lot of sort of corporate decorations, and a residential neighborhood is more like the home set up with the lights and the stuff around the windows. So they are Christmas decorations for sure, but they're definitely a little Arkhamized. They're maybe a little scarier around the edges. Not the happiest looking things. So in terms of turning it from a prison city into a real city again, that's a bit of a rewind as well. So we really wanted to sort of add that layer of life and make it look like a functional place, even though it's Christmas Eve, even though it's super cold, even though everyone's at home with their families. We did want to show that it was a functional city and it's not a deserted wasteland. The Christmas and the snow changes everything. The impact is quite huge. It's unbelievable. You can be standing in a spot that you recognize really well, and it looks like a brand new spot. We've built a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot to explore, that's for sure.